place there.
Unbelievable. It's creepy
Awesome.
looking.
It looks creepy.
It's creepy looking.
You had to look
Isn't
like
it?
creepiness
Yeah, it
factor. It is.
It has a big creepy factor.
So we're at the William H.H. Ross plantation.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a special kind of guy, so to speak. And we're getting ready to go in here. Like we go in, and it's like we're going back into time, and we're going actually into his house. A fascinating man. My name is Rick Cohert,
Wendy Robinson.
Jeff Brown.
and this is our clip of the investigation that we're doing here at the Ross place. So, with that being said, what a fascinating man. He was an entrepreneur. He had his fingers in a lot of pie. So he was governor of the state for the period of time before the Civil War.
Yes.
1851 to 1855.
Right. He was a landowner. His father was a banker. He became a banker too for the Farmers Bank. He was dabbled in railroad, which we'll talk about that. He was well known because he was a smart man. He worked with grain and stuff. That's what they grew here, grain and wheat. But then after the Civil War, he went to fresh fruit because fresh fruit was you could make more dough off of it. With the railroad, he helped bring the railroad in here, so everybody loved him. So that's why he was a popular guy.
Sure.
He was a slave owner, so we're going to talk about that. And he believed in slavery, and he was pro-South. Now there's a story. Well, what happened was, in this story, he went to Europe during the war. The last 2 years of the war, he was in Europe. But how he got there is I want to ask about, because apparently they said that he put himself into a barrel,
Right.
and they was shipped by railroad car to the coast, and they put him on a boat, and that's how he got out.
He actually got the boat at the Port of Wilmington.
Right. So, which makes sense because he had connections. So, look, I think that's funny.
And the slaves helped him.
And the slaves helped him.
I wonder how they marked it. What do you think?
Fragile.
Fragile. There you go. But anyway, so that's a story in itself. He was staunch that way. So he was very pro-South, and they were throwing people at Fort Delaware, his friends. So when people started going to jail, and he had already made a couple of announcements in the paper saying that he and his fellow farmers around here and everything was pro-South, and he believed that underneath it all, that the newspapers were wrong, and that Delaware was South. And just making that statement itself would be enough to throw him in jail.
Sure.
So he knew when to leave Dodge.
I also understand that Abraham Lincoln had an arrest warrant
And I believe it.
put out for him.
I believe it. So we're going to go in and meet the staff member here. Her name is
Yes.
Margaret.
Margaret.
Margaret Alexander.
Margaret. She's a very, very nice lady. We went through a walk through with her a couple of weeks ago. So let's knock on the door.
Great.
Margaret.
All right.
All right.
Wendy.
Jeff.
Hi.
And this is the Governor Ross, and you're going to take us on a little tour.
That's correct.
Okay. So this is the main hall.
Yeah, this is the entry hall.
Okay. This is where they receive all their guests and stuff, I take it.
Right.
Anything else you want to say about this?
Well, we have a mortgage crystal here. This was an outward sign that Victorians used to let anybody who came in their house know whether their house was paid for.
Oh, so that means it was paid for.
Right.
I didn't know
I didn't know
that.
that either. That's really cool. We
That's
were just
really-
admiring that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. So they wanted to get a house. They knew he owned it.
Right.
Was Governor Ross willed this plantation, or did he build
No,
it?
he got it through his father's will. His father had bought this property as an investment, and then the father dies 5 or 6 years later, and William was the only son in that generation. There were 5 children, but his older brother was dead by 1841.
All right. So let's go into the big room here, if you like.
Formal parlor.
Former parlor. Okay. Okay, so this is the grand room.
Right, it's for formal entertaining.
Okay. They didn't use that room this much then, did they?
No, it was only for special occasions and
Okay.
special people.
Okay. So they have dances and stuff like back then.
Yes, they would have.
And then be here.
Yeah, they moved the center furniture in the hall, and if it was a nice summer day, the windows in this room, the shutters open and they're the size of a door, so you could go out through the window door to the covered porch and get your fresh air.
All right, and Jeff, I understand you've got cold spots?
Yes, we had cold spots in this corner on the sofa and also over on the chair over by the Victrola.
All right, anything else?
That was about it.
We're gonna put the DEVR in here because all we got was cold spots.
Yes.
So we're gonna put it again against the wall over here. So when we start put that up, that's what we'll do. All right, on to the next room. What room is this?
This is the family parlor, and they used it for entertaining their friends that would come calling each week, or they used it after the evening meal as a family room like we use now.
So it'd be like our TV room.
That's correct.
I see a little.
Yeah, the stereoptic was their form of TV.
Awesome.
That's how they found out what was going on in the rest of the world.
Awesome.
You're on Viewmaster.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oops, sorry. It's pretty cool. It's 3D.
There you go. So they play cards in here and stuff like that?
That's correct.
Games?
And they play
board
like
games?
checkers and dominoes.
Okay, and I understand up there is Governor Ross himself?
Right, that's his gubernatorial picture. It's a copy of his gubernatorial picture. The original
Okay.
hangs in the state capitol in Dover.
And he was governor from?
1851 to 1855.
Okay, awesome. Anything paranormal in here?
No, we didn't have anything particular in this room.
Okay, all right. So on to the next room. So what room is this?
This is the formal dining room.
Judging by the dining room table? I
Right.
would say so. Anything go on in here as far as, did you have any people that were guests here that were famous and such things? And
Not even that I can think of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was friends with other people that had been governor.
Okay. He's a politician, so I'm sure he had railroad
Right.
people in for dinner
Right.
and stuff like that. He had his fingers in a lot of pies.
That's correct.
That's true. Smart man. He's a smart man. Okay, so anything in this room?
We had a photograph taken in this room that was kind of unexplained. It was like a white light or a white mist that we really didn't know what it was.
Where was it at?
Over, right over in the corner off by the shutters.
Okay, all right, all right. So let's note that down.
Yes.
For sure. Okay, on to the next. All right, so what room is this?
Well, we call it the governor's office today, but this is actually the oldest part of the house. This part of the house was built by the John Tennant family in 1776.
Oh, okay.
And they were the first English speakers that came here to settle the land.
Okay. So it's a much smaller house than that.
Right, it started out as a 4-room house, and then their family grew and so did their house.
Okay, all right. I understand Governor Ross had 10 kids?
Yes,
Okay, that's a big family.
right, but he never had 10 children living at one time.
Okay.
Because John dies before his younger sister Laura is born.
Yeah, and how old was John when he died?
He had not reached his 3rd birthday, so he was closer to 3 than he was 2.
Did he die in the house?
I would assume, because that's what most people did at that
Oh,
time.
yeah, okay. There was, since that's a boy scene,
Yes.
so at times. Is that right?
Yes, and we think that the last time we were here that it possibly was John who was giving the cold spot because it was about his height.
Okay, all right. That's unfortunate. You know what he died of?
Typhoid fever.
Typhoid. Wow, that's too bad. 3 years old, that's awful young.
It sure is.
All right. So anything else paranormal in here?
No, not in this room.
Okay. Hello?